What's up, Wretched Nation? Today we're in a bit of a hurry, but we're going to make some changes to the road glide coming up here. Alright guys, as you can see, the bags are off the road glide. Got a buddy of mine, his bike caught fire under the seat. Bike got totaled. He's okay, but he already got an older road glide, and he had the red paint job just like mine and swapped his bags for short bags. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run my bags up there. The bike's at a buddy's shop. Hopefully swap these bags out because we definitely plan to go single exhaust here shortly. But we got to hurry up, get going. Not sure if the insurance is showing up today or tomorrow. So we're going to get this loaded up and get it going. But first, out of curiosity, I'm going to weigh these and see what they weigh and see the difference between the two bags. I have no idea. I don't have anything in them, but I'm not going to weigh the bolts that you lock them in with. I'm just going to weigh these bags, or just one, and see if there's a difference. All right, they don't appear to be as heavy as I thought. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's 1313. So we'll say just under 14 pounds. I don't think any of that's on the ground, but that's not too bad. Let's get these loaded up, head up to my buddy's shop, and we'll talk a little more. Alright, so we're going down the highway, headed to my buddy's shop. He hasn't texted me or anything about the insurance, so it should be okay. Hopefully they don't show up when I do. Hopefully they're planning on getting another day. But he's had an ungodly amount of issues with this bike. So it catching on fire, I guess it isn't the worst that could have happened, because I know that he's mentally done with this thing. He's already got another bike. He ended up just going with the older twin cam so he can get something that's paid off, doesn't have a payment. I don't blame him. But last night ordered a tuner and an air cleaner for this bike, and we're going to get those in, and we're going to do a special kind of exhaust for the bike. We're going to go full stage 1 for about as cheap as you can go, and we'll get into that in this video. This video is going to be a long video, so stick around and watch how this whole little thing unfolds. Alright, we got a bit of a hiccup with the bags. The bike's outside, waiting to be picked up from the insurance company, but they're a little more scratched up than I wanted them to be, which isn't horrible. I think we can clean them up, but I didn't think about the actual keys and the locks for the bag, the latches on the bags, and then obviously it's not going to work. I've got to switch the lids out, which is fine because my lids are in better shape than those lids are, but I don't have any Torx bits to do it. And unfortunately, the guy's shop, he's not there right now, not answering the phone. I don't have the best service where I'm at, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Worst case, I'll go home, grab a jacket, flashlight, and I'll come back out and I'll do it in the dark. We got our little Torx wrenches here, so we're going to run back, and we went to a little store about 10 minutes away, and definitely looks like we're going to be doing this in the dark, and was not prepared for this, but it's going to be worth it. Alright guys, this is what we're dealing with. I don't know how much you can see, but we're going to film it. I got to take these lids off, which I've already got them off this bike, and I'm taking these bags. Then I got to put my lids. I don't have to put my lids on these bags, but my lids go on these. But I've got to put my bags on here and put his lids back on here so we can retain everything. But we're trying to get it done before it gets too late, and it is freezing out. But free bike parts, what are you going to do? Alright guys, it's the next day. Just got off work, got home, and let's check out, see what these bags weigh. Alright, not too sure if you can see that, but that's 12 pounds, 8 ounces. The other bags were 13 pounds, 13 ounces. So little over a pound. We'll just call it a pound. So nothing really at all. I was actually thinking it might be a little bit more than that, but I was just curious to what the weight difference was, and not really enough to notice anything. But I'm not going to put these bags on yet. We're going to take them to a buddy and see if he can't clean them up, because they got some scratches and imperfections. We're just going to see if he can buff it out, see what he can do, and we're actually going to take the exhaust off the bike and get some work done to that. Alright, we got to get the exhaust off the bike so we can get some work done. I'm going to kind of show you what we're going to do, and we'll talk about it. Alright, so the plan with this bike is to basically delete the dual exhaust and just go single exhaust. So we're going to get rid of this left pipe and just use the factory head pipe and the single on this side. That's the main goal here. We're going to definitely gain some power and not really have to spend much extra money. So I'm just going to rip this off real quick. It's getting dark. Probably not going to show up on camera much, so I'm just going to get through it and we'll talk about it. Alright, we got the road glide stripped down. The exhaust wasn't too difficult to pull apart. Biggest thing was just I've never done it, so I didn't quite know where everything was, but it wasn't bad. O2 sensors, instead of like my Dyna where one O2 sensor comes here and one of them comes here, both of them actually come back to here, and the black goes to the back, gray goes to the front. But they both run all the way back. I just gotta take the floorboard off, heat shields, but it isn't too bad. But let's weigh what we got and see how much weight that we know we're cutting, and then obviously whatever the cat, it's not gonna weigh much there, but we'll see what we can save. Alright, our scale's on 0. We got a little bit of bracketry, and there's another bracket on the bottom that we're going to take off. It's just not necessary for right this second, and I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible because, as always, I have other stuff to do and I back myself into a corner. But so let's see, we'll round that up to a pound of bracketry and stuff because there's one more piece and some bolts we can take off. This is the crossover pipe. We're not going to be using it anymore. See if I can find a way to put this on here. Alright, problem solved. We just put the piece in the exhaust pipe that we're not going to be using. It is wanting to tip over, so we're going to have to hold it up. So we might be keeping some weight off of it. But right at 10 pounds. So we're at 11 pounds. Altogether weight we're going to take off. We're going to decat and hopefully cap off the end piece. So that should work out pretty well. Alright, so our plans with the bike, so we're getting the shorter bags. We're going to decat this, so we're going to cut this open, gut out the cats, and then we're going to cap off this section right here and go just 2 into 1. These factory exhausts actually flow really well compared to what you can pay for in the aftermarket. A lot of exhaust companies just mimic this exhaust right here with what they do. Now a lot of them, they'll step up to a 2-inch primary so they can flow better, and they'll do better on the crossover pipe, but I'm not, you're going to spend a decent amount of money. If you're going for every horsepower imaginable on a stage 4, I understand. I'm not doing that. This is basically like the anti-swap as far as I'm concerned. Instead of swapping over to something else, we're going to spend very little money on making the stage 1 happen and make really good power. Because even if you do slip-ons, tuner, and an intake, if you don't decat it, then you're not going to get the flow that you're looking for. But that's the plan. We're going to take this to my buddy's shop, get it done. I don't know how long all this is going to take. We got to clean up the bags and do everything else. So we're going to get all that done. Comment down below what you think about this method. It's definitely going to save us some bucks. Not sure yet. I spent $480 on the cleaner, the air cleaner, and the tuner just for the bike for Black Friday. We got that from Fuel Moto. I didn't go with doing just another unlock tune on the Power Vision I already have, because down the road we'll probably make some changes to the Road Glide, and it'd be a lot better if it has its own Power Vision, and it's not a big deal. Power Visions on their own are like $400, so this being 480 for the air cleaner and the tuner, not a problem at all. So we're gonna get this exhaust gutted. If you have the means, you can do this for under $500. I'm gonna have to pay somebody a little bit to do it because I don't have the means to do so. No big deal. Still gonna come out cheap. My plan is to try to come out cheaper than be a lot cheaper than what a normal exhaust would cost. A full exhaust on this bike is anywhere, to $900 to $1,000. You can get some cheaper exhausts, yeah, but to go with a full system, you're $800 to $1,000 typically. So we're going to try to hit that mark to go full stage one, less than that. But appreciate you watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Definitely comment down below what you think about this setup, and next time we'll figure out where this ends up and how we did with it.